wrap it up. We had another pretty good day today, trading the markets that we like. We got the direction right on pretty much all of them initially. And then the euro just did not perform whatsoever. Tomorrow we're going to go into the Case-Shiller number and consumer confidence numbers. Will cause again a little bit of reaction, but the market is pointed to Wednesday's FOMC announcement, ADP employment number, second quarter GDP, and then Friday's non-farm payroll. So everything will tend to keep and hold the market in a trading range. When we look at our F1 screen for the E-mini, lower high, lower low, can sell into early strength. So this one would tell us that we're sellers. Will the F2 screen be in agreement? And we have a double distribution on the F2 screen. Morning session pointed lower, afternoon session pointed higher. I think we're in a situation really on this one where as long as we stay below that 77, this market can sell. So I think we're going to be in the same situation we have been, where we got resistance 75 to 80, and we've got support 60 to 65, and that'll be our buy zone. So selling failure to take out 75, 77. Then 80 plus or minus 1. On the buy side, 65, 67. And then buy 2 will be our 60 to 62 area where we were today. Started off this morning, we wanted to sell 74, 76. There's your sell. We said might have to get long at 65, 67. There was no setup right there. We said we thought we could get down to the 60, 62 area. I mean, that's pretty hard to catch a market better than that. I mean, we caught both edges of it, literally within a point, and that's hard to do from a forecasting standpoint. So, once again, we did our job for you as purveyors of research. Looking at the ZN, this morning we wanted to buy 1s to 5s. We had our sell at 11 to 15. Very, very quiet day trading in the note. Just not a hell of a lot to work with. The market actually traded down into the 2-year auction and got a little weaker after that. Normally we expect, so far this year, the auctions have all been done at a higher price. So a little bit surprised that was. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. We got an inside day, and an inside day means trading range on our F1 screen. Looking at F2, a B, it's pointed lower. Tomorrow's the 5-year auction. Back in the old days, they used the intermediate terms to set up the longer term. They'd sell the middle auction. That's rarely the case this year. But we have a B pointed lower, so we've got resistance at 6 to 10. Last rotate up in L period stopped at 5, G period 5.5, F period 6. So selling failure to take out 6 to 10. I think it's a reasonable trade. The E-mini craters this afternoon. We don't want that trade. and then the next trade is going to be 12 to 16. And on the buy side, we'll make it 29 to 1. Anticipation of going a little bit lower. And then 25 leaning against support at 24 for buy 2. Okay, looking at the 30-year, the knob spread came in 2 more 30 seconds. Like I said, we're watching it this time. It's the first time we've rallied into an auction week. You can just see the primary dealers saying, everybody's gotten used to 3 higher auctions. Let's sell the middle one, as they manipulate the market. But they can't break the market or they won't move the paper. So here we are. 27 is resistance. We had a 23 to 27 sell this morning. Just leaned against resistance. I mean, that's knocking the ball out of the park. We're at 8. We had this rally. Last rotate down was 138. So we'll make 38.01, 38.05 buy 1. Buy 2 we'll make 25 to 29. Last rotate up stopped at 14. So we're going to sell failure to take out 16 to 20, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, gold was very, very quiet. We are getting a couple of quiet days in gold a week now. And then we have one great big day. So we got a seller at 5 and we got a buyer against the buck. It's hard to see this market breaking out until Friday's non-farm payroll number, one way or the other. Interesting article out on Russia's $50 billion fine for what they did to Yucca soil. They came in and stole all the assets. And I mean, Russia's kind of like, well, what did you expect us to do? But no one expects it to get paid. If Russia says no, then you've got to go to the 158 countries where Russia has assets and submit legal claims against those assets to satisfy that judgment. And that's a long, protracted, drawn-out, very, very expensive proposition. In fact, only governments can probably pursue that. So Russia will probably thumb their nose at the world on that deal. Okay, I'm going to open it up. We're going to keep. We'll do like 8 to 10, like we started out this morning. May take a 5 to get in. Don't know, but I think we're pointed a little higher. And then 12 to 15 for sell 2. We'll make 1300 plus or minus 1 for buy 1. And then 95, 97 for buy 2. I don't have a real strong feeling for gold one way or the other. It's just that you're a headline away from an explosive move to the upside, or shortly after the opening, an explosive move to the downside when a central bank comes in and whacks the market. So right now, gold kind of sidelines, awaiting the next big move. Okay, looking at crude oil, and this is crude right here, and you can see that we're a little bit lower. but we're well within the value area for what's come before it. So that has trading range written on it. Double distribution in crude, but we're still stopping about where you would think we would stop. So the 102 area is resistance. Best resistance is at 103, and this 101 down to 150 is really good support. That hasn't really changed. The market is still telling us that we don't have to worry about current supplies. Nobody's going to mess that up. So 101, 101 and a quarter, buy one, we'll just leave that. Then 101.50 plus or minus for buy two. On the sell side, 2, 2 and a quarter, that's where resistance is. We'd like to get it done higher, 250 to 275, but we'll just have to see how it plays. And definitely lease this euro. I don't even know why we bother talking about it. We might just turn this baby off until September. Less than quiet. I like the sell side. I think when you see the announcements and the twisting and the lack of sanctions and this falling over backwards, you know, not to rock the economic boat with Russia, it's hard to see anybody getting any excited at all about the prospects for the EU. The signs of economic deterioration are everywhere. In Europe, they're really fearful that their economy is slowing. And then we have the fallout from this Espírito Bank in Portugal, and they're starting to go through the daisy chain to see who will be affected or impacted by that. So it'll be more than a few. Okay, we wanted to sell 45.50 plus or minus 5. We got there in I period, so that was a great call. It took forever. This morning started out wanting to buy the 20 to 30 area, just touched the top of it, didn't really get close to that. So we'll make the sell zone 40 to 50. Bring it in a little bit, then 65, 75. And on the buy zone, we'll make it 15 to 25, let it come down a little bit lower, then 134 even, plus or minus 5. And that's it for July the 28th, 2014. Any questions before I hang up? We had a great day to trading day. You know, Monday, quiet, summertime, who'd have thunk? But I see there are no more questions, so I will hang it up then, and we'll get going bright and early tomorrow. You all have a great evening.